Remember, the YouTube ads feed the ducks. Good morning, everybody. It's June 28th of the Duck Adventure, and it's an early morning today. It's, well, I'll put it this way. I'm up before the sun's up. Look at that. It's about 5 a.m. I got a big day ahead of me. I got a big surprise for you guys. And I just checked, and it's gonna happen. It's good. Oh, look at this. They want out really bad, but it's too early. It's far too early to let them out. 5 a.m. with the dew. And it's actually quite cool out. Well, it's actually not cool. It's gorgeous. It's probably about 18 degrees Celsius. The little guys got their heads sticking out. Oh, look at this. That's committed. I want out. Let me out. No, I guarantee their water's empty. Absolutely guarantee. So let's go in there and check on the little piggies and see how they're doing. I did the straw yesterday for them, and yeah, water's empty. Holy mackerel, you guys. Well, you know what? When they're outside all day, what a difference it makes on the straw. Oh, look at that. They want out bad. Sorry, guys, it's too early yet. Alright, I'm gonna do the water and I'm gonna go have my coffee. Okay, it was just to get an idea, last night it was 9:30 when I put the ducklings back in here because I did my chores late last night. It was way too hot yesterday to work during the day, and I cleaned the barn out here. I think it was 7:30 because I hadn't had supper yet. And I came down, I cleaned it out, and I put the ducklings in here 9:30. It was 9:30 exactly when I locked the door. And I filled the feeder, both of them, absolutely to the top. Actually, they were overfilling. I just want to show you. Look at that. And it's 5 a.m. right now. That's one feeder. And that's the other feeder. So they've eaten basically one whole feeder of food since 9:30 last night. And 15 gallons of water, because I filled that bowl of all three water. So there's 15 gallons of water in what we're talking here, 7.5 hours. I'm going to be glad when these guys get outside and I can get the float system going on my new watering, so I don't have to haul water anymore. Plus, I'll be glad when they're outside. They're getting like right now, the heat. They're getting more body heat coming off their bodies, because I didn't have any heat lamps on here last night at all. I actually lowered the fan on the window so it was sucking more air from outside, and it's like 77 degrees in here this morning. Fahrenheit. I know I screw myself up here. I'm doing Celsius, Fahrenheit. I operate in both here, so. But they're crazy ducks. They must have ran out of water around 3 a.m. to be this thirsty. Oh, I'm gonna be glad when you guys are outside. Just look at this. It's a sea of ducks around me. It's ducks everywhere. Look at the size of my geese though. I think that guy is related to this guy, because he looks totally opposite to what the others look like. Alright, I'm gonna pick up my geese and have a little bonding session with them, and then I'm gonna go have my coffee. Oh, I gotta go fix that door so they can't get their heads out. Look at that. I won't be doing that again. I gotta block it so that their heads can't even stick out. It seems to torment the crap out of them. Alright, I'm off. I'm gonna do my bonding with my geese, and then I'm gonna have my coffee. And look at this. My dog, Doug. He's so good. I tell you, if I go near the ducks, you know, I'm out in the yard, you know, and he runs around. He sticks pretty good. But when I come near the ducks, that's what he does. He just sticks to me like glue. I don't know. I think it's one of two things. I think one, they're his ducks, and two, he's jealous. So, all right, I'm off. Well, Doug is jealous. I was picking up my geese, and Doug was standing on the gate. He was like standing on his back leg, standing looking at me, and he was like, "Oh, what are you doing? You're loving something else." But I'm not going to let the ducks out yet. It's too early. They haven't finished laying their eggs. Because if I let them out right now, I'd probably lose half my eggs. Because right now, basically, they start laying around 3 a.m. They start laying their eggs. So they've only been laying eggs for a couple hours. So I'm going to leave them in here. Actually, I'm going to stop letting them out at 6 a.m. because I'm noticing they're dropping eggs all over the yard first thing in the morning here. And I need the eggs to sell to the Asian grocery store to help pay for their feed. So I'm someone's got to pay for the feed. It should be why not them with their eggs? Well, part of their feed anyways. It doesn't cover it all. But look at them there at the gate. They're mad because I'm not letting them out. But they're not quacking. Hello, ducks! Alright, I gotta fix this this door here. These goslings are gonna stampede each other at the door. Let's look at this. Oh, you guys, I gotta fix it so you can't get your head out of here. I did that last night thinking, oh, a little more airflow, but they probably stood here all night with their heads stuck out. Little fools. Ugh. They went out so bad. Sorry, not yet, guys. Couple more hours. Alright, so that's the proper way. I should have had the plywood. I cut it, you know, to be the right size, and last night, I don't know, I said to myself, oh, I'll give them, you know, some air, and I never thought they would, you know, all night torment themselves. Come on, Doug. Alright, I gotta go have my coffee, and I gotta work on the surprise for you guys. I'm excited about this. We were pretty depressed here the last couple of weeks, so I think I feel good about this weekend. So, I'll be back to you later. What another beautiful day. It's 8 o'clock right now exactly. I'm letting the ducks out. Like I said earlier, I don't know if I said it earlier, it was pretty early when I was up this morning. I'm not letting them out early in the morning anymore because they're dropping eggs all over the place. And if I wait till 8, at least the eggs will be in here, and then that way I can get them. So right now, everybody's waiting for me at the gate here. Hello, are you mad? Hello, ducks. Hello. I know who's probably really mad is a bunch of ducklings in the barn. We should get a pretty good rush when I let them out this morning. Come on, everyone. These guys last night, I didn't videotape it last night, but I didn't let them back into the pen till it was like 9:15. Man, it was a massive, it was unbelievable. I should have gone away and grabbed the camera. They were like going nuts over the feeder. Come on, everyone. Hello. If you want out, everybody's got to come and get ready for the rush. Yeah, it looks like that's almost all of them up here. Hello, ducks. All right, guys. Come on. Doug's inside right now eating his breakfast. I got Doug up so early this morning. We were outside at 5 o'clock, and he's oh, we got a ruin with a limp. Poor little girl. Doug is up too early today, and he's just eating his breakfast now. Come on, guys and girls. I'm going to be working on the pathway to the lake here really soon. I got a little bit sidetracked because I've got a surprise that I'm working on for you guys, and the surprise is going to happen. I got good news for you. Later today in the video, I'll show you what I've done, and we're in for hopefully a good time, a good surprise, I should say. Hey, this is all a good time. Here's Mrs. Gimp. Oh, that poor little girl. She looks rough. Look at the molt she's got going on. And her stump is getting huge. I noticed it might not be a good thing. Mrs. Gimp might actually have to be put down. Her stump is getting really big, and it's getting harder and harder for her to walk, which just breaks my heart. because there's nothing I can do for her. Like, there's nothing I can do for the duck. You know, she's so gimp. The males are you know, doing her far too often. The poor little duck, she can barely walk. I got a bad feeling Mrs. Gimp might be leaving us here. Anyways, I don't want to talk about that. It's I got a little bit of an attachment to that little thing. She's one hell of a trooper, you know. The things that she's gone through with us here and survived, you know, that brutal winter and almost died in the bathtub, and you know, you name it. That poor little girl's had one hell of a rough life. So, but let's focus on something positive, because this morning, sorry about that. I was just making sure the water's all clean. This morning should be a good rush. They've got to be wanting out bad. Hello, ducks. Hello. All right. All right. Let's see what kind of rush we got here this morning. I want to get a good camera angle of a steady flow of ducks coming out. I think they wanted out really bad. As soon as they figured out it was open. It's a beautiful day, guys and girls. I can see their feathers starting to develop. That ramp works so well. I'm impressed. I know for them going in at night, last night bringing them in was so much better. Nobody got pummeled in the sides. Everybody, it was an orderly, you know, entrance. That's so cute. I wonder if that's it. Does that? Oh, there's another one. I wonder how close we are to 330 ducks here. I don't see any geese coming out though. More. Oh, that's Miss Crooked Neck. But her neck's getting straighter. I noticed the more she's eating, her neck is getting better. So, oh, there's my goose. There's that goose. That Chinese goose. So I picked him up this morning. He's just losing it with me. I don't know about you, but I didn't see my other geese. I wonder if there's still ducks inside of there. Well, let's take a look. Yeah, there's still some stragglers in here. Yeah, it looks like about 10 or 12 in there. So I didn't even see my geese come out. Alright, well, I'm going to go get their feeders. To bring them outside, but everybody's out for the day, right to the water. It's going to be another beautiful scorcher day today too. The land of the ducks. I'll try to get a better shot here higher up. You just get an idea. You know, there's a lot of duckies. All right, I'm going to get the feeder out here, or bring the feeders out so that they'll have lots of food, and I'm going to go finish working on my surprise for you guys. Just move the Muscovies out here to the back room, or the back deck I should say, so they can experience a little bit of natural light. Really cute things. This look, it's all brand new world out here. They're like, what's going on? They're so cute. My God. It's like 27 degrees Celsius. It's unbelievable today. It's 9:30 in the morning. It's going to be a scorcher. I got lots of work to do today, so working on the big surprise. Oh, I'm so excited. I've been doing a whole bunch of running back and forth from the garage to the house, working on my little surprise for you guys, and I can't help it. Every time I go into the house here, which is where the surprise is going to be, is happening, I couldn't help but stop and I look at these little things. They're so tiny. Like, midget duck is so close to the so his head is probably about, looks like about twice as big. Oh, they're just the tiniest little ducklings, like. And these guys, I'm trying to think, they're last weekend's Muscovies, like last Sunday. Here's like the littlest things. You gotta keep sticking his head in here. Taking them out. He was licking them earlier. They're like his little, I don't know why, his little puppies or his little kittens or I don't know what. Doug's got a strange affection for ducklings. You can't get enough of them. Like he's worse than me for walking by and checking on them and sticking his head and smelling them. It's like, you know, did someone swap them? Are these different ones? It's so funny. They're so cute. These are good little things. Alright, I gotta get back to work because like I got so much work to do. I've been walking back and forth to the garage here. Like I said, I'm working on the surprise for you guys. And I last couple of days with the heat, I've noticed that you know, the peakings were down there and the ruins were on that end of my property down there, and the water was over there on the on those patio stones, and it was only the ruins that were ever going to the water over there. And I started wondering, okay, the peakings never go over there. Where are they drinking? And then I went over and the creek's dried out, and I realized that I've got territorial ducks now. The flock has fragmented, and the peakings were staying down at this end of the property, and the ruins were at that end of the property, and the water was there, but the ruins had taken over the water, and it was theirs. And the peakings, the farthest they would come would be this far, but the ruins had no problem going this far. But the ruins weren't going down behind the pen on the other side there where the peakings were hanging out. So I've had to move the water, and as soon as I moved the water, the peakings were like right to it, just drinking their faces off. You know, I did this about 40 minutes ago. So they've been down there like just drinking, and the ruins have found, they've come over. This is sort of like, I guess, neutral ground on the property that both ducks can occupy at the same time, the both flocks. It's bizarre, but the Muscovies, they do what they want. They're, you know, 1 minute they're with the ruins, 1 minute with the peakings. They're, I guess they're a little bit like Switzerland, neutral, doesn't matter. But there's another spot where the Muscovies hang around, is underneath the clothesline stand. A lot of poop right there, but it's, you know, they're, I can't believe it that the ducks have gotten territorial. It blows me away. Like, I never knew that, I never would have thought, I should say, that, you know, both of them, you know, they've all grown up here. They all live together. And, you know, they've fragmented to the point that, you know, they've got the property split in half and who gets the water. So I had to take care of that today. So I'm back to working on the surprise. Just a little curveball, you know, moving everything around. Of course, the hose wasn't long enough to get over there, so I had to drag out another hose. All right, everybody, time for the big surprise I've got for you. Everybody knows I have all these eggs in the hatcher, and you know, when I gave up, and because everything was dying, and it was pretty well right off. You know, the humidifiers kept dying in the hatcher, and you know, which by the way turned out was a manufacturer's defect. They were overheating. They were supposed to be able to run 24 hours continuous as long as there was water in them, and it turned out all of them were defective. They were turning off 4 to 12 hours. So it wasn't you know, electronics inside that was called. Well, it was electronics, but it was because of overheating of running continuously, which their manufacturer actually said they were designed to do for 24 hours and, you know, 4 hours. Hour actually is one of them. Anyways, the good news is the last couple of days, you know, I had to make a decision. I had all these eggs in the incubator. And it was like, you know, we know the death and destruction is horrid. And I thought, okay, I'm going to do an autopsy. Well, I got the 4 trays. There was 4 trays of Rouen and Peking ducks, 252 eggs that, you know, I wanted to see what was going on. So I went to the kitchen and, you know, I got all the trays in there and I took 1 egg and bang, opened it and it was alive. And I was okay, whoa. You know, which really broke my heart because I was, you know, standing on the carburetor with a, you know, a baby chick here that, you know, is supposed to go technically in the hatcher tomorrow and hatch in 3 more days after that. It's a Wednesday. And here I am putting it down in the carburetor. So I said, okay, I'll try 1 more tray. Grab another tray and try an egg out of it. Same thing. So I tried 1 egg out of every tray, 4 eggs, all of them alive and well developed. And I'm like, okay, I can't do this. I can't throw 252 baby ducks. It's bad enough I had to kill 4 to find out that there's, you know, 252 potential baby ducks in these eggs. But I'm like, okay, what are the odds of hitting 4 live eggs? With the amount of bad luck we've had here, you know, 50-50 chance, you know, it's still 4 good eggs. So I had to do something. I had to put my thinking cap on, and then I had an epiphany. And I got thinking to myself, you know, like I remember as a kid, these steamers or vaporizers, and I thought, okay, I called the pharmacy. Turns out they had some cool stream, well, they had some humidifier / they call them vaporizers. So I went and got them, brought them home. Turned out the first ones I brought home were steam vaporizers. They were no good. They generated so much heat and they had absolutely next to no steam. So then I brought home some cool cool mist. Now I bought one, put it in, barely got the humidity up. Went back to town, bought another one, put it in. It was getting closer. Went and got a 3rd one. 3 freaking trips to town. I can't believe it. It says on the box for a small room, and this is a 4 foot by, you know, 4 foot by 34 inch by 7 foot cabinet, and it couldn't bring the humidity up. So I went and got the 3rd one, and the humidity came up in a matter of about 10 minutes. So it's been running now for 24 hours. And it's absolutely perfect. It's actually got a tighter swing on it than the previous. It's less than 3% swing, and you know, it's sitting right at 60%, and I'm holding it there for over 24 hours. All right, so now I've got, you know, 252 eggs. Well, 248 now because I killed 4 of them, discovering that I had these live ducks in eggs. And I thought, okay, I got to do something. So I'm going to have some this weekend. So I'm going to move the Muscovy eggs that I put into the incubator there that are due to hatch tomorrow. I'm going to move their trays into the hatcher so that we can watch them hatch, because you can't see anything in that incubator. And hopefully they'll do something here tomorrow. And then tomorrow I'm going to load in the other trays. The 252 eggs are going to get loaded in. So I think I got it. You know, these things have no electronics, absolutely no electronics in them. What they are is they draw 1/2 amp, so it's like next to, you know, we're talking 60 watts of power is what they draw. But all they are is a centrifugal force wheel with a little fan blade that mists the water. It's just like exactly like when I stick the, you know, the spray gun in there and mist it, and then close the door. You know, the humidity comes up. Well, they each hold 4 liters of water, so I got 12 liters of water in there. This morning they ran, like I said, they ran for 24 hours, and I only went through 2/3 the amount of water. So I can actually go over 24 hours without even opening the door because of the amount of water I got in there, and it's cycling, and they can run continuously because there is no heating element in them. It's strictly a little motor that's, you know, that's vaporizing the water, and I've got it so that it's blowing right into the fan, so that the fan is running and it's blowing straight up. So it's mixing up really well. And I've discovered I can't use the bottom shelf. It's too hard filling it up with water. So the bottom shelf's coming out before I load the Muscovies in today. So that's the surprise for this weekend. And, you know, if with any luck, you know, we got 63 Muscovy eggs that'll be in here hatching tomorrow on Sunday. tomorrow, and we're going to put in 252 eggs, or 248 eggs that are going to hopefully hatch on Tuesday, Wednesday. So that's the duck adventure is taking a little bit of a boost potentially here on population, and I've got a lot of work outside to rearrange everything. So that's the big surprise today, and I'm going to load up the hatcher right now. All right, people, this is exciting. We actually have another Muscovy coming through. I just moved the eggs from the death incubator to the hatcher here. I just missed it too, as I had the door open, so I want to get the humidity up fast and re-moisturize the membrane here, because it had poked through in the incubator, but hadn't ripped it, and it was starting to harden around it in the incubator. So thankfully I caught it in time here and gave it a spray so that the poor little duckling can break the membrane and get the hole bigger. But there it is, our first Muscovy pipping through a day early. So I'm going to keep an eye on this to make sure this little guy doesn't dry out, because you know, for him to pip a hole through and give up like that, you know, from my experience, the hole hardens up and then they can't rip it anymore. So that's it, our first one, and tomorrow we load up the rest of the trays in, and I'll grab one of the trays and I'll show you what I've done. Okay, everybody, I don't always, I can't reply to every comment. I can't even, I read every comment, but there's just physically no way in my day, you know, I try to answer questions, but it's really hard. Like, I am pulling my hair out here. I don't have any hair, but I'm on a crazy schedule, and my whole focus is every day to get the videos up for you guys. So, but I still read the comments, and I listen to the advice, and you know, and I take everything, you know, and weigh out the pros and cons, everything what everybody says. So, you know, I screwed up, and I should have drilled holes in the tray. So, and I didn't, and you know, quite a few of you, you know, made sure I screwed up, and I agree with you, I screwed up. So what I've done is I've drilled 1/2-inch holes every 2 inches on the all along the bottom, right around the whole thing. So now this you know, should stop two things. One, any you know, dead air sitting in there, and CO2 buildup. Everything should flow out now. The trays should have a little more convection to them to get fresh air, and you know, it's got to make a difference. Okay, I think it is. You know, and quite a few you guys think I should have done it first, and I should have, but I didn't. So it's done. So every tray has been drilled now, and so everything we're loading in now is going to have air holes drilled in the tray. So I didn't drill any holes on the bottom because of the mess. I didn't want to have, you know, everything dripping down to the next tray below it. That's the whole idea about the plastic trays with solid bottom, was the mess. I wanted to keep the mess in the tray just so it keeps the hatcher cleaner and the ducklings below it cleaner. So, but I'm excited. We got a Muscovy pipping through. I did not count on that. When I was moving the eggs, I was like, right on. Look at that little guy. But the humidity is exactly where it's supposed to be. Everything's working according to plan. The 3 cheap vaporizers are working. I don't know why I never thought of it. And they use next to no power, and you know, no heat. It's strictly water vapor into the main fan air going up. So this seems to be working a lot better. I know the last 24 hours. Well, it's actually about 26 hours now, and it's been running perfect. So here this weekend we could have well, this coming week we could have a whole whack of ducklings here. That'll be so cool. It's been about an hour and a half, and he's now making a lot of progress. I broke a little, like I said, when I broke a little bit of the shell off the end there so that he could push out. But he's still going strong, and the humidity's right, and temperature's right, and everything seems to be going right in the hatcher. I don't see any others pipping through. This is the first one. Okay, our little Muscovy keeps trying harder and harder and harder. He's got himself turned around now, and he's pushing himself out. I've watched him come out a little bit, then he goes back in. So he's pushing now. So maybe another 30 minutes. But he's definitely pushing. I hope I'm inside when this happens. I can catch it for you. I just came into the house to grab my hat. I had forgotten it, and I thought, I'm going to go check, and he made it out. So it took the little guy about 3 hours to break out. But there he is, our first Muscovy of this weekend's hatch. We have another one. So he's just got to push himself out now. He's a strong little bugger. Alright, I gotta go do a really nasty job. I've got to go deal with the duck feces in the pen. I wanted to give you a shot here of my latest invention for the duck adventure. What I've done is, we know that little pool I chopped off. Well, I'm going to chop off the other one too, the lip off the top of it, because I've taken the old wire that went down the, actually the wire that would be down the center of the pen, and I made myself a cage that's specifically for ducklings. Because the big ducks, you know, the 2-inch hole is not big enough. The 2-inch width here is not enough for a full-grown duck. They've got the grids with the 4-inch holes. This is for the ducklings. So I just went around it, 8'4". It's a 3-foot diameter circle, and bent over the wire on the bottom. Made it so that you know, it held the circle rigid, and that's it right there. So the ducklings can't get into the water. I measured it. It holds 30 liters of water, so that's roughly about 7 gallons, 7 imperial gallons, about 8.5 US gallons. And you know, when I chop off the other one, I figured out it's going to hold 65 liters of water, so whatever that works out to. So a lot more water, and they can't get inside of it. Just like the you know, what I did for the adults over there, except this is the duckling version. That's the adult version. So that's a 4-foot pool over there, surrounded by the grid. But this is just the wire. So I'm going to set it up now and you know, see what the ducklings are doing. So I'm trying to cut down on the amount of water I'm going through in the pen, because I got to keep the pen dry. Because the bottom end of the pen, if it keeps with the amount of duck feces that is in there, and it, you know, with the amount of water I'm going through, you know, rinsing it out, and because the ducks are getting into it and defecating in the you know, in their drinking water, and I have to constantly keep changing it, and it's like I'm changing it right now by like almost 5 times a day. It seems it's a lot of water, and the bottom of the pan is starting to smell like a septic tank because of so much water. So I've got to get the pan dry, and that's been my my goal today, among many other things. All right, people, it's about 9. Well, not about it. It's 9 o'clock now. I'm just gonna go have my shower, and we've only got one duckling, one Muscovy, that has hatched so far today. That one that earlier. So you know, we'll see what happens tomorrow morning when I get up, and which will probably be another early morning. The duck adventure days are long. Not for the weak, I tell you that much. Alright, good night everyone.